Hi everyone, it's Marco Brown. Hey, I wanted to talk to you a little bit today about a couple different things. One is some free stuff from Dave Ramsey, and I'll go through that. Everybody who knows me knows I love Dave Ramsey, and he's giving away some great free stuff right now during COVID. And then I want to talk to you a little bit about 50-50 custody and how far apart you can live and how close you should live to each other to make 50-50 custody work. So on Dave Ramsey, he is giving away a 14-day free trial of Financial Peace University. Financial Peace University is kind of his flagship program for people that are in debt, going through debt, working out of it, and then building wealth. Demery and I have gone through this process. I've talked about my kind of debt and wealth journey before. Getting out of debt was a really difficult thing. I had $160,000 after law school that we needed to pay off. And then, with Dem's master's and doctorate degree as well. It's just really super difficult to get through that. In 2015, I kind of made that decision that I needed that off my back. I just couldn't do the debt anymore. So we, as a family, decided that we were going to get rid of that. We went to Dave Ramsey to figure out a step-by-step plan to make that happen. And he was fantastic. So we followed it. I give that book out to his Total Money Makeover book out to everybody I possibly can. So if you like things in book form, you can always just talk to me about it and I'll send you out a Total Money Makeover book. But he is giving away 14-day free trial of Financial Peace University right now, which is a great class. I've seen some of the presentations in there. He's a super fantastic presenter and teacher. So if you want to get your kind of financial house in order at this point, and who doesn't, people set aside $2.2 trillion last year, saved $2.2 trillion to deal with COVID. So everybody wants to get their house in order at this point. And if you do, then go to Dave Ramsey and get this done. You can go to his website to get the 14-day free trial. I'm gonna look at it and make sure I get it right. DaveRamsey.com/store/hope. So DaveRamsey.com/store/hope, and you can get it over there. So that's the first thing I wanted to talk about. And if anybody has questions about, how we got out of debt, how we did things, let me know. Happy to talk about it. Happy to help in any way we possibly can. I talk to my divorce clients about it all the time, and all my friends. I talk to anybody about it because getting out of debt is the greatest thing. When you don't have any debt anymore, you don't have a house payment or anything, like you just start stacking up wealth like you couldn't possibly believe. It's fantastic. So that's the first thing I want to talk about. And then the second thing is sharing 50-50 custody and distance between houses. So there's a mistake I see people do all the time here in Utah. If they live in Salt Lake and one person lives in Salt Lake and the other person lives in, say, American Fork or Provo, and they want to share 50-50 custody, that just doesn't work. It's just too far. So I've come up with some guidelines for people. Really, what you want to do is if you want to share 50-50 custody with the kids, you need to live within about 5 miles of each other. Okay, that makes it super simple. And that's exactly what you want when you do 50-50 custody. You want it to be as simple as humanly possible because humans are not good at doing complicated or hard things. We just tend to shy away from those. So what I see with a lot of parents is they'll share 50-50 custody. One person lives in Layton, the other lives in Harriman or something like that. And you can sustain that 50-50 custody and at that distance for about 6 months to a year maybe, because you are spending so much time in the car, taking the kids to school, taking the kids to church activities, taking the kids to see their friends, soccer, whatever it is, that it just becomes unsustainable after a while. I mean, that 30-45 minutes just to take the kids to school, it's very difficult. I know very few parents who can do that for a long period of time. So what happens is one parent just starts not taking their time, essentially. And it's almost always the parent who has to drive more. So 6 months to a year, they'll start backing off. They don't do, if you have week on, week off, they they don't do that. Maybe they take 1 day a week or 2 days a week or something like that, but they really, really back off their time. So you need to make 50-50 as easy as humanly possible, and within 5 miles is what I suggest, because that's super easy, okay? Anything outside of 20 miles or 20 minutes between the houses, I think is going to be unsustainable over time. So maybe you live in the country and this is just your life, that you spend 40 minutes in the car driving to anything and everything. That's a little bit different. When you live in an urban area though, 20 miles, it represents like 30 to 35, maybe 40 minutes depending on the day. So max 20, you really want to be within 5. And there are other things to make 50-50 work better. Communication is humongous. You really do need to communicate very effectively when you do 50-50. You really need to have a system in which you communicate. So you're sending emails back and forth with each other on a weekly basis, or if you communicate by text, you really need to have that going. If you can call on the phone, those sorts of things, that really helps facilitate 50-50 custody as well. Because if you don't have those, then one parent kind of crowds the other parent out of the kids' lives and always takes them to whatever activities they have and doctor's appointments and these sorts of things. And the other person just kind of falls off after a little while. So you really want to have great communication going. And then, like I said, you want to live within about 5 miles of each other, if at all possible. The objections I get to this are kind of legion. It's funny, people will talk about, I heard so-and-so, they lived 3 hours apart and they shared 50-50 custody. Well, yeah, that person's a liar. I mean, I don't think those people really exist so much. Every once in a while you can get that, but just doesn't really happen. I've also heard people, these are, kind of on the internet talking to me, oh, well, we did 6 months on and 6 months off, and same kind of thing. Like, no, you didn't. Really the longest you go is a week on and a week off, but usually you do what's called a 2-2-5. Most people prefer this. So if somebody has Monday, Tuesday, the other person has Wednesday, Thursday with the kids, and then you rotate weekends. And there's no way you can do that if you live very far apart. So just keep those things in mind when you're doing 50-50. If you are somebody out there that needs help getting divorced and you're interested in 50-50, there are other videos that I've done about how to get 50-50, what you really need to do. If you need to sit down and talk with somebody about that because you're going to start the divorce process, we're here for you. We can talk things through with you. You can give us a call at 801-685-9999 or look us up on the web. It's www.utdivorceattorney.com. If you have any questions and you want to drop them in the comments section on this video, I will obviously won't address them here because it's a live video, but I'll make another video and address any questions you have about 50-50 custody or anything else having to do with divorce. So I appreciate it and look forward to talking to you in the future. Hope you guys are doing okay out there. Bye.